This is Mad Dog 2001. Up with the video. I just saw Instant Classic 8's video, top 10 matches of 2000 till now, and it got me thinking about if I started making a list of my favorite matches, and it ended up the first 5 or the first 4 matches ended up being Kurt Angle matches. So I said, well, fuck it. Because people won't think, oh, you know, there's nothing about wrestling if at top 5 you have Kurt Angle in it. Whatever. My favorite matches. So, we're going to do the top 10 Kurt Angle matches. And this is to all those fans, I would say, that absolutely don't believe that Kurt Angle and Ric Flair belong in the same sentence. Because people like to say that Ric Flair is the greatest wrestler of all time, and you know, not to take anything away from him, it did take him 20 plus years to establish that thing for his character. God damn it, I fucked that up. Basically, Kurt Angle's only been wrestling 8 years, and to be mentioned in the same sentence with Ric Flair, I think is an honor to him. And really, I think when Angle retires, or if Angle wrestles for 20 years, which I doubt, I wouldn't put it past him. He loves doing it so much. So I better get going before I run out of time here. Number 10 was, in my mind, from No Mercy 2001, Kurt Angle versus RVD versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. The reason I like this match was because it was during the invasion angle. RVD he was getting a push, and some people would say this was the time to give him the title. I don't think he was quite ready for it yet. But really, it was a match that should have been Kurt Angle should have been champion going into No Mercy in my mind. But you know, he got screwed on Raw by William Regal, and Angle lost the title. So anyways, Austin wins that match. Number 9 is a recent match, not really a recent one of his, but from 2006. Kurt Angle vs. Samoa Joe at Genesis of 2006. This was Kurt Angle's return match. Not much anticipated. Everyone was like so hyped for this rivalry, or so hyped for this match, including myself. You had the best the face of TNA, Samoa Joe, versus the face of professional wrestling, which was Kurt Angle. And to put them in the clash and see what kind of match they had, I would have to say, for Kurt Angle's match coming back, because he didn't wrestle for 3 or 4 months previous to this, was, I would say, amazing. I would say it's probably at least a 4-star match in my mind. Number 8, Kurt Angle vs. The Rock at No Way Out of 2001. This match was another 4-star match at least. Any of you that haven't seen this match, go see it. The fans didn't like it though. It's too bad. They were so much Rock fans, I think, that they didn't even give Kurt Angle any credit. When Kurt Angle kicked out of the Rock Bottom, the crowd started chanting bullshit. Then Kurt Angle kicked out of a people's elbow cleanly, and it was really like fucking, I don't know, a botch count or something. But once again, the fans started chanting bullshit. They were big Rock fans, what can I say? Number 7, Kurt Angle vs. Stone Cold Steve Austin at Unforgiven 2001. People always put the SummerSlam match over the Unforgiven match. I like the Unforgiven match because it had a clean finish. Unlike the SummerSlam match that Austin knocked out every frickin' referee, pretty much beat the hell out of Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle just kicked out of everything. The Austin vs. Angle match at Unforgiven had a clean finish. Kurt Angle went over, which was good. Won the title, even though he only had it for 2 weeks. Number 6, Kurt Angle vs. Randy Orton at One Night Stand of 2006. Most of you have seen this match. What can I say? Basically, the crowd was really into this match. which made the match even better than it was. Probably another 4 or 4.5 star match in my mind. The Austin Angle match was just a mark-out match for me. That's why it's in the list. For those who want to know if I had a rating on that, I'd probably say 3.5 to maybe 4 stars if for a main event at Unforgiven. How about that? Number 5. Kurt Angle versus Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 22. This match could have been better if they would have given it more time, I believe. I think it was only 12-minute long match for a main event for a match at WrestleMania, because they were building up the John Cena and Triple H match. I really like this match. I just watched it recently too. I finally watched WrestleMania 22 for the first time full through. I like the fact that Angle made Rey Mysterio tap out and Randy Orton tap out, yet he did not leave as the champion. He wasn't even involved in the decision. The ending was bullshit in my mind, but overall, still a 3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star match in my mind. Number 4, Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 19. This was absolutely a great match for WrestleMania. Also, people like to say, well, Brock Lesnar botched the shooting star. So what? Wrestlers botch moves all the time. Shit happens. I don't even think he should have went for that move. Angle seemed too far away. Basically, he had Kurt Angle kicking out of the F5. He reversed an F5 into an ankle lock. I mean, really, it was a pretty decent match, and I'm sure most of you have seen it. Number 3, and most of you are going to be like, huh? Kurt Angle vs. Edge at Judgment Day 2002. Most of you probably don't remember this match. The hair versus hair match. That's what this match was, and it was great. First of all, I didn't want to watch it because I know the outcome, and Kurt Angle got shaved bald, and it's like, I'm gonna skip this match. I don't want to see how it. But so I watched it not too long ago, and I was like, wow, this is really good. Kurt Angle hits a spear, which is a move he never does. And it was a pretty sick spear too. Kurt Angle kicked out of a spear. He kicked out of the execution, I think. And also, it ended on a roll-up, a bullshit roll-up. But, you know, overall, I mean, it still was a good match. And that's the way it should have ended, too. He should have made it look like Edge snuck one on Angle rather than beat him clean, in my mind, at this time. Otherwise, you would kind of put Angle below Edge. But this way, you still keep him in the same level. Edge moves up, Angle stays at the same level, and nobody gets hurt on the feud. Number 2, Kurt Angle vs. Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. This was Instant Classic's favorite match. It was mine until I watched the match before it, but this match, awesome match. I love this match so much. It's, like I said, 5-star match, by far, 5-star. All these matches you could probably say is either 4 to 5-star match. Maybe besides the Austin Angle match, but you know, that's just a match for me because I like it. Basically, the feud was awesome. The storyline going into it was good. It stole the show at WrestleMania. Definitely the best match of the night on WrestleMania, and it wasn't the main event. This would have been probably the best match of all time if they put a fucking title on it. Then it would have been amazing, in my mind. Probably the great. Nothing wrong with this match. Number 1, and still will always be number 1 in my mind. Angle vs. Benoit at the Royal Rumble of 2004. The reason I put this one over the Michaels match is because I mark out for fucking technical wrestling. I love it. I just recently watched John Cena versus JBL at Judgment Day, and I love that match. And that saves for another video. But when I'm talking, I love the roughneck, the holds, but this was more of a technical with German suplexes and ankle locks, and I really enjoyed this match. My favorite match by far, 5-star match. It doesn't, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Kurt Angle is a great wrestler, and we need to cherish the time we have left for him before he retires.
This is SmackDown 2001.